Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
You or any of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals.
I joined the Circle City Ghostbusters because lifelong fan. As soon as I saw that documentary that came out in 1984 of the Ghostbusters stationed in New York City, I knew that that's what I had to do with my life. I knew that I had to be a Ghostbuster.
My name is Josh Jitwood, and I am the lead of the recon unit of the team. So I joined, it's kind of I'll make a long story short, but my kids were young enough where they wanted to get into conventions, and I'm like, okay, I'll take you to one. I was up in Chicago. Fast forward a few years, I meet the guys with Circle City. As a matter of fact, I met Nick, and I get a message saying, hey, you want to join the group?
I was like, oh, hey, they dress up, but they also do this cool stuff where they raise money for charity, they go to all these events and help out wherever they can. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, it's going to have to be something like this and, give back.
It was related to the movie. So a good number of guys in our group joined not too long after that. But
So I didn't even know there was a such thing as, groups of people that dress up as Ghostbusters. So when I was told that, I looked them up on Facebook and got in contact with Nick, and he's like, yeah, come on out to some events. And from then on, I was hooked. These guys that we work with are great, every last single one of them. We're all in it together.
I was hanging out at all the events anyway. My brother and I both grew up watching the Ghostbusters. He was a massive, huge fan. I was too. Always have been. We can recite the dialogue from the entire movie beginning to end. But I was hanging out, helping out at the events anyway. I was helping out, building the Ecto, the original incarnation of it. And, I was kind of already doing stuff, so why not join?
After high school, I kind of dropped off in a friend group and needed a group of people, like-minded people to hang out with. And since I've been following them for years, I figured it was the best time to do so.
I mostly joined because my dad was joining the group.
What really stood out to me specifically was the charity work. It's not just putting on the flight suit and the gear and just showing up and being there. It's doing something good for the community. And to me, that is, and most of the groups do, but this group, and I'm from Indianapolis originally, it meant something to me.
We like to go to different events like comic conventions. We go to the Children's Museum to help raise money for different charities. We have our equipment, we have our uniforms, so our main focus is to bring awareness to certain charities. We prefer to find smaller charities within the city, less known ones that don't get as much donations, so that way we can bring their organization to light and help them by giving them a nice bump in donations. An impactful story of something we did is Gleaners, they have a way of calculating how many meals it equals to. Seeing that the work that we did as a team, it was something crazy like 3,000 meals based upon the work that we performed that day. That's what's satisfying. That's what's great. I love to give back to the community.
For many years, even before I was involved with this group, I assisted with the Dayspring Center, which is a local family homeless shelter here in Indianapolis. And luckily I was able to let the group know about that homeless shelter from the times when I worked with them before. So I've been able to continue working with that shelter through the group. And back in 2018, we were able to have Ernie Hudson come out and do a special event with the kids at the shelter.
6 years or so ago, Ernie Hudson came to Indianapolis for a convention. And his agent, or I'm not sure how it happened, but they got in contact with us and said, hey, Ernie wants to do this. What do you have in mind? And so our board members came up with this plan. We donate frequently to a charity. It's a homeless shelter in the north side of Indianapolis called the Dayspring Center. I'm like, well, let's go there, do a day of service. We'll have activities for the kids. Ernie can answer questions and all that fun stuff. And so we went there and did that. But we went there he spent the day with the kids, and we had like slime stations and stuff, and he answered a bunch of questions. He signed autographs for them, and in the end, I think him and Ivan Reitman, and then in the weekend that we were doing a charity that was the same event that Ernie was at, we ended up raising, I think it was like $5,000 for that charity, and I think it was maybe one of the biggest single event donations that we had ever done. And maybe up to now even. I'm not sure. I haven't kept track of that. But yeah, that one was probably the biggest one.
And it's just, you can really tell that every penny makes a huge difference at that shelter, just because, I don't know, you go in and you see kind of the situation that they're living in, the amount of families that they're helping, and you know that every little bit helps.
You know, Ghostbusters came out in '84. It's been one of my favorite movies. And now I'm able to show children that are 5 and whatever, you know, the impact. And they know who we are from their parents. And to see a child smile, and, you know, you let them hold your toys or whatever, and they're just the smile of a child. You're bringing joy to a child. And it also works over as far as the charity goes, because we work a lot with children too. The Children's Hospital, for instance, you know, we raise money for them. Anytime I can make a child smile, I'm all for it.
The little kids coming up and they see us and they want to come take a picture. They come up and they're just like, wow, and they've seen us. They all know us. It's so great that, you know, little kids these days know who the Ghostbusters are still, you know. It really, you know, is a testament to how like impactful those movies are. Little bitty kids these days still know the Ghostbusters.
We have fun games at our booths, at our tables, at the different events we go to, the different conventions. So like we have spin wheels. You donate $1, you spin our wheel, you win a prize every time. I
love being at the booths and getting little kids to spin the wheel and giving them a prize. It's just so much fun. That's the most rewarding part to me. I really love it.
I'm pretty good at getting people to donate the $5 because they're better prizes. Like, that's a little insider information, but you know, get them to pay the $5 spin on the smaller wheel, get a better prize. That money goes to charity. It's all a lot of fun.
Put on the full flight suit and you put on the pack, and it also makes sounds and lights, and people just generally think that's a really cool thing. I just really enjoyed. I forget about it, but then I'm reminded constantly when I go to these events.
I think it was just having a group of people I can really hang out with and do good with. They inspired me to, you know, throw on the suit and start helping people all over the place. I mean, I have nothing to do but thank them for everything they've done.
I think the best, most rewarding is not only what we're doing and helping raise money for a lot of the smaller charities across the greater Indianapolis area, but then it's, you know, people giving back and then their reactions to us and seeing our gear, especially the kids.
You know, the work we've done is just, it's changed a lot of things about the city.
If you're looking at joining the Circle City Ghostbusters,
do it. You only live once.
Anybody who's on the fence about wanting to join, be like, but the impact that you can make would be great.
We go out there, help the community, we give back, do our part.
When you're able to present a $5,000 check to a homeless shelter that's going to provide food and clothing for these people, it's great. If you're able to, you know, work at Gleaners and, you know, be able to collect food, canned goods, money for them.
If you enjoy, you know, talking to people and, you know, helping out, you know, some charities, and you want to, you know, help out the community, absolutely, that's fantastic. You know, if you have a love for this movie like we do, if you have a love for these characters and the whole Ghostbusters universe, absolutely, definitely join. It really is a lot of fun, and, you know, it's rewarding as well.
I'd say if you're on the fence, don't be. It's a lot of fun. It's a great group of people. Giving back also is outstanding. Like one of my pins here, it says, you know, be the change you want to see. Definitely, you know, be the change. If you want better things in this world where it seems like the world's all going crazy and stuff like that, here's an opportunity to do some good and give back and have fun in the process.
Eventually, you got to realize that if you don't do something, you might regret it. I've never regretted anything that I have done, but there are many things I didn't do that I will always regret for the rest of my life.